Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves, and an album that really is greater than the sum of its parts, and the parts are like pretty amazing as well. It is this one on Decca, consisting of Prokofiev, Symphony No. 3, Mosolov, Foundry, and Varèse, Arcana, all with the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra under Riccardo Chailly. I mean, I said all of that. I can't believe it. This is really, really hot stuff. First of all, let's start with little and then go bigger. Mosolov's Iron Foundry. Now, the Mosolov is 3 minutes and 36 seconds long. It is possibly one of the most famous 3 minute and 36 second long pieces that nobody ever hears. I don't know why nobody ever hears it. It's wonderful. It's tuneful and it's fun. You know, it's punchy and it has a really good tam-tam part. And it's a foundry. It's machine music. And it's just a tiny little sniglet that we never get to hear. And Mosolov is only known because of this one piece. And if you listen to some of his later music, some of which has been released now on Naxos, thank you, Naxos, you realized that he became a socialist realist hack, and Iron Foundry probably is his only interesting piece, at least so far. So, I mean, the earlier the better, no question about it. And this is just a slamming performance. Well, that's the piece. It's just a slam-bang kind of piece. And that's what it does. It slams and it bangs. It's marvelous. It's a great concert opener. It really is. All right, number 2, which is actually the last thing on the disc, is Varèse's Arcana. Now, Varèse really only wrote 2 big orchestral works that we hear with any regularity, Amérique and Arcana. And Arcana is shorter, and it's kind of a bit spacier, and it ends quietly, which is why we don't hear it as often, of course. Amérique has the sirens going off and all kinds of crazy nonsense at the end. It's exciting as hell. Now, this performance of Arcana is absolutely beautiful, and it became the basis for Chailly and the Concertgebouw's later Varèse box, which contained all of the works that can be played with normal instruments, and which was really actually not quite as good as Arcana. The Amérique was the original version, you see. And the original version with offstage things and stuff and bigger orchestration. And actually, as is often the case, the revision is better. And that performance of Amérique, it's very good. Don't get me wrong, the performance of everything in that set is very, very good. But, you compare it to, for example, Dochnani in Cleveland. Whew. And there is an Amérique for the record books. You know what I mean? So Arcana, which is what's on this disc, is marvelous. It's absolutely first class. The only real competition, there was Pierre Boulez's, which was quite good, and also the incredible Jean Martinon Chicago Symphony Arcana on RCA. It's not like there are tons of them, so this was really, really nice to have. And I think that, it really, for modern recordings of it, it had the field more or less to itself. So it's just terrific. But then, no, actually that's not true, because Naxos has a very good Varèse series also. I think it's conducted by Christopher Linden Guise, if I'm not recalled. Yes, of course. So there you go. However, the big item, the big ticket item, is Prokofiev's Third Symphony. This is one of Prokofiev's futurist works. It's based on music taken from his opera, The Fiery Angel. Now, The Fiery Angel is almost impossible to describe. It's about a crazy woman named Renata who is possessed by the devil, more or less, and she is searching for the Fiery Angel, and there's this guy who's chasing her around because he's infatuated with her, and Faust and Mephistopheles show up in one scene, which is kind of bizarre, and where it ends up is Renata goes to a convent which becomes entirely possessed by Satan. And that's how it ends. And it doesn't make any sense at all. And the music is just fabulous and brilliant, and it's just a dazzling opera. And the Third Symphony is dazzling, and nobody ever plays it because it's very dissonant and harsh and creepy and spooky and expressionistic, and it's just marvelous. It's one of Prokofiev's greatest symphonies. It's fabulously well adapted. It begins with bells clanging like an alarm going off, and it has this really slithery, creepy scherzo with violins going meow with like downward glissandos. It's marvelous. And the finale, ooh, bum, it's this evil, slithery monster music, and ends with a bang, as does the opera itself. And this is just a great performance. Now, there were two recordings, there were three actually, that are marvelous. There was Jarvi's, and Riccardo Muti did it with Philadelphia, and this one. And they're all great. They're just absolutely fabulous. But this is, as with everything else on the disc, just amazingly well played and stunningly recorded and worth every second of your time. And that's why it's one of Dave's faves. So keep on listening, friends. Thank you for joining me. Take care.